Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in. Nate here with 911 Rapid Response, and on today's vehicle showcase we have for you a 2020 model year Ford Interceptor utility, and this vehicle was upfitted for a police package for the West Lampeter Police Department. Congratulations to the department on their new vehicle, and thank you for the opportunity. And we'll start by going over the aftermarket equipment that we have installed here. Up high on the roof we have the Liberty 2. This is the Whelen Liberty 2 Duo light bar in a 54-inch. Red on the driver's side, blue on the passenger side, backed by white, the capability to fully flood. And in the rear, red, blue, and backed by amber, the ability to override with the amber traffic advisor. Down a little bit lower, we have the Go Rhino LR push bumper. This is an aluminum push bar. And this incorporates the two Whelen ions that we have up in that top rail. And those are nicely tucked in there. We have the option to add 2 to 4 light heads or a bar that has no cutouts for a light head. This incorporates those light heads very smoothly and discreetly. It's a really nice touch. Those there are trio ions. So we have those in red, blue, and white. And then we also have the Whelen siren speaker there on the underside of the center rail. Headlight flashers are not active right now, but they are incorporated in the emergency warning package. Ford opted to add those in as a factory option. It's something that we can tie into. We don't have to add an aftermarket flasher to the headlights any longer. It's a very nice feature. And we can cruise around to the side and see what we have on the side of the push bar. That is the Whelen Ion in a surface mount. And again, that's in a trio configuration, red, blue, and white. And while we're at the side of the vehicle, we can take a look at the graphics package. The graphics package completed by our team here at Market Graphics, designed and installed. Very nice feature, very nice option. It makes our process a true one-stop shop. We don't have to outsource the vinyl. We can handle that along with the upfit, all in one even, smooth process. Far back in the rear cargo window, we have the Whelen T-Ion in a duo, which is red and blue. And lastly, we can check out the vehicle from the rear. In each of the tail lamps, we have the police tail lamp option in this vehicle. So that tail lamp from the factory will come with a cutout that's suited for a hideaway. In this instance, it's the Whelen Vertex in a duo. We have those each in red and blue alternating there. And then we also have the Whelen T-Ion in a duo red and blue next to the license plate. A little bit more of the graphics package you can see here, some verbiage, police, West Lampeter, and then the chevron at the lower portion of the hatch. All right, everyone, now that we've concluded the emergency warning package, we'll go over that in a little bit more detail here momentarily, but we're going to take a look at what we have in the rear for the prisoner containment. And we have a Satina package, so we have a front partition with the recessed panel, and we have a poly sliding window, and we also have the plastic transport seat, which incorporates the cargo barrier with a poly window. This transport seat offers the center pull seat belts, which replace the factory seat belts here on the seat pillar. And this can be stowed as such. So if we're loading a prisoner in here or a transportee, all we have to do is simply disconnect the seatbelt from here and lock it into place, securing the transportee in that seat. Very nice feature as far as safety for the officer goes. It's something we like to keep in mind, and it's a very nice product that Satina offers here. To finalize the transport, the prisoner transport system, we have the Satina steel window bars. And from factory, that rear door panel does not come with any handle or window operation on the interior side. Okay folks, inside the vehicle now we're going to go over the aftermarket equipment that we have here, along with our control system and all of our peripheral equipment. Starting with the console itself, we have the Havas vehicle specific console. And this offers us factory relocation of a few different items. We have factory relocation of the 12-volt power source, USB plug here, and also the electronic emergency brake is relocated to this side of the console for easy access. For aftermarket equipment, we have the radio installed here. This was customer supplied. We also have, just below that, the Whelen HHS 4206 control head, and this is the 8 push button across the top with the rotary knob siren. A multitude of function that we have here: left alley, takedown, right alley, a full scene button, low power override, and that would be controlling low power function on the light bar only. And we also have a function here which would add a corner flash. So this one's only going to flash the corners of the light bar in a slow alternating fashion. Dimmer switch for the HHS 4206 backlight. So this will increase, decrease the intensity of that backlight. And then we also have the gun lock feature, which will unlock our gun locks here in the recess panel. And that is set to a timer at the customer's discretion. Rotary knob siren function, T1, T2, T3, typical whale yelp phaser, manual siren button here, and an electronic air horn, as well as our traffic advisor functions here at the bottom. Installed from a previous vehicle, we have the speed timing device here. A couple more power points, 12-volt power sources here down where the angle just stops and becomes a horizontal portion. Internal cup holders. And here we have an armrest mounted PocketJet 7 printer. This vehicle will be getting a console, an internal console printer mount. We're a little bit behind on those as far as from the factory goes, so that's something that we had to do here, was put the printer on the armrest, and then once we get these inserts in for the internal mounts on these consoles, we will be installing the printer right up top here for a nice and effective functionality wise using that printer. It'll house the printer itself and the roll. The paper will feed straight out the console, and then we can use a standard armrest back here. Again, just beyond that, we have the Satina gun locks there, and we also have up here a dash mounted GTAC F110 device, TG3 keyboard on a TCB7, so this is a swivel action. We can bring that in, rotate it over this way, and then we can also swing it out of the way fairly easily. This has a tilt swivel action, and this will also lift up and out of the way. So if you need to get access back here, you have a fairly decent amount of room to reach back here and access the controls just by simply tilting that this way. But if you furthermore needed more room to get in there, you can lift this device up and keep it up there or secure it back down whenever you're done with your controls. Installed, supplied by the customer as well, we have the WatchGuard in-car camera system, which is currently recording because we have the lights on. And we'll go ahead and take that off. We also have the this is the recording device in its charging base, so an officer can simply put that on his uniform when he's performing a traffic stop or any other type of work that he needs to do in order to obtain voice recording. Magnetic mic mounted is the radio microphone here, and then we also have the PA microphone on a standard mic clip there. A less frequently used item, so we don't typically put those on a magnet mic unless it's requested specifically by the customer. And we can go on to functionality now. I believe that's wrapped up our aftermarket equipment inside the vehicle. Okay folks, as for functionality, we're going to go ahead and go over our lighting and the functions that we have here. Currently the vehicle, the light and siren controller is in position 1, so this is going to be rear of the vehicle only. And as you can see, we have our tail lights going, the lighting next to the license plate, and the rear of the light bar. In the rear of the light bar, we have our traffic advisor function, as previously mentioned, with that duo feature, red amber and blue amber. And we can go ahead and while we're there, we can kind of go over the corner function. That corner function again is only going to give us the 4 corners of the light bar alternating in a slower pattern. It's a less busy feature. If the officer is just looking for a little bit of presence or something like that without going full-blown warning, you can utilize that function feature. And we'll go ahead and swing around the side of the vehicle with the controller in position 2. This is going to give us red and blue around the vehicle. Light bar, sides of the push bumper, front of the push bumper. And with the vehicle in neutral now, since we have park killed the white flashing and the siren, we'll go ahead into position 3. This is going to give us white flashing in our headlamps and white flashing in the light bar. So again, that Ford factory option is giving us the option to wig-wag the headlights being LED without adding an aftermarket flasher. Very nice feature. Put the vehicle in park. That's going to kill our white flashing. Back to a level 2, which is red and blue only all around. Left alley feature, takedown feature, and then our scene feature, which is left takedown and right alley. Low power on the light bar, we can manually override that. And as far as functionality goes, that will wrap up this portion of the video. All right, everyone, that's going to conclude today's vehicle showcase. Our 2020 Interceptor upfits are in full motion right now. Plenty more to come, a lot more exciting projects to come. Please stay tuned, like, subscribe, and follow on all of our social media outlets for plenty of content. Thanks again for tuning in. Have a great day.